Hey ladies, so this video is all about you. Nothing for the guys in this one. We're talking about weightlifting and is it going to turn you into the female Incredible Hulk? Let's find out. So I get it, you've watched a couple of these videos now, you've heard me talk about compound weightlifting, you've heard me talk about resistance training, you've heard me talk about isolation exercises, and how all of this stuff is great. But you're wondering if all of this is going to turn you into some sort of female Incredible Hulk, some sort of no-necked, big muscle, big biceps, huge great thighs, huge great calves, walking female version of Arnold Schwarzenegger, some sort of weird circus freak man mountain. But that's not the case. What I'm going to show you today is that weightlifting is 100% applicable for women as it is men, and it won't turn you into that crazy circus freak that you think it might do. So let's have a look at why. So first up, what I want to talk about is the start point of lean muscle mass. So men are naturally bigger than women and naturally have more muscle mass than women as their start point. Therefore, when you go to the gym and you've got a good nutrition plan and you're building muscle, men are building that from a higher start point than women are. And therefore, men lead to that sort of bulkier look because they're able to build bigger muscles because they have a greater starting point than women. Women, from a genetics point of view, much smaller, much less muscle mass, and therefore don't have the potential to increase their muscle to the same level as men without some added enhancements. Number two, what we want to talk about is testosterone. Testosterone is the male sex hormone. Obviously, that's more prevalent in men than it is women, and it is one of the things that will lead to greater muscle mass and muscle growth. So, for example, if people are taking illegal drugs to performance enhance or to build muscle, then one of those commonly taken is testosterone, something to boost that testosterone level way beyond its natural potential. And it's that testosterone that's helping to build muscle amongst other things. So if we go back to naturally men versus women, the testosterone levels between a man and a woman are so far apart that women aren't going to get that benefit and aren't going to be able to see those same levels of increases in muscle mass. And that brings me on to my third point, which is performance enhancing drugs. So obviously, if women are going to take some sort of testosterone booster or some other form of steroid or performance enhancing drug, then clearly they're going to be bulky. Clearly they're going to build more muscle than they would if they were natural. Clearly they are going to get that more bulkier, manly look. They're going to have an Adam's apple ripping out of their throat. They're going to have biceps everywhere, chest muscles coming out of everywhere. Their tits are going to disappear, and they are going to look very much like a man. And you can look at any sort of pro female bodybuilder that's taken it to that real extreme to not, and I'm not trying to be offensive here, but you can clearly see that there is a very much a distinct difference between someone that looks naturally feminine and someone who's used drugs to get to a sort of more muscular physique. They do look, in my opinion, very manly. So with all that considered, the fear that you are going to be bulky, the fear that you are going to have this muscle mass level that is just going to be so off-putting to everybody, that fear leads you to think that the weights aren't for you. It leads you to think that even looking at a barbell, even, barely touching a dumbbell is going to make this muscle just go bang out here and pop out here and all sorts of crazy shit that's going to go on. But that's not going to happen. But you've got that in your mind and you think therefore, well, I'm not going to go over towards this free weight equipment and these benches over here with these sweaty dudes. I'm going to go over here to this cardio equipment and I'm going to cross train my way and treadmill my way and row my way to fat loss goals. But if you're doing that right now, has it brought you the results you wanted? You've probably started out with a goal of you want to lose some body fat and tone up. That's generally speaking what a lot of women want to achieve. But that, you might have lost a bit of weight, you might have even lost a bit of body fat. But the toning up bit, I guarantee if you're just doing the cardio, that hasn't materialized. Because the toning up bit is effectively what you are saying is that you want to build lean muscle. That is what toning up means. It means you are increasing your lean muscle mass, and then you can reduce body fat, therefore looking leaner and more toned. So if you're only doing cardio, you are doing half of the work needed to get to your goal. The best thing you can do is switch to a resistance-based training program where cardio is the minority part of your exercise regime. Focus on the weightlifting and then you will increase lean muscle. The more lean muscle you have, the more fat loss that will lead to over time, and you will have that lean, toned, less body fat physique that you're looking for. So ladies, do me a favor. Don't have the fear that you're going to be bulky. Don't have the fear that you're going to look like a man. Don't have a fear that you are going to suddenly get a big deep voice like this. It's just not going to happen. The only side effect from lifting heavy weights and consistently doing that over time with good nutrition is you are going to look sexy as fuck. And who can complain about that? Certainly I won't, and certainly you won't. So I beg of you, ditch the fear that you are going to be bulky. Go to the weight section, get a good resistance-based training, supplement it with your cardio, bang on a good nutrition program, and watch those results come in. Watch that booty grow, that physique get nice and shapely, and ultimately get you that tone and that fat loss that you really want. So do yourself a favor and hit them weights.